My name is Sarfraz Ahmed. Today in this video I am going to tell about this chapter 5 of class 8, which is app development. Today we are going to learn about app development. So the first things that we are going to start, which is what is app? The abbreviation of app is application. Okay, application is just like a type of a software, as we have already know about the instruction that we give to the computer, and the set of instructions is called a program, and a set of program is called a software. And a software is a type of a application. Application is a type of a software which can perform some of the tasks, some of the specific tasks, which can fulfill our general need and which can also fulfill our special need. Okay, the software having two types, we have already discussed, that system software and application software. Okay, and system software consists of operating systems, utility program, and language processor. And application purpose, there is a two types, which is general purpose application software and special purpose application software. Now here we are going to learn about that application. Application is not only run in a mobile, but also we can also run in a mobile phone also. So many mobile phone, or we can say many operating systems, some application can run. So we have talking about Android operating system, talking about iOS operating system, Macintosh operating system, many other operating system we can easily run. So here this application can run in different operating systems like Android OS and iOS. Okay, now here we are going to talk about the types of apps. How many types of apps are there? So there are three types of apps are there. The first one is the desktop. So what is desktop app? So desktop app is the app which can use in a desktop or a laptop, and it don't need any web access, and it runs independently. It runs independently on the computer. For example, of desktop app, which is word processing app. Word processing app, for example, MS Word. MS Word is an example of a desktop app. Okay, and Paint and also Notepad. These all are called a desktop app. And now talking about a web app. Web, as the name suggests, that it required internet connectivity. So the app which required internet connectivity, and they usually used web browser, which means some of the web browsers called Mozilla Firefox, Google Chrome, Apple Safari. Okay, many of the web browsers are used for run this web app. And web app required URL. Okay, the full form of URL is Uniform Resource Locator. Okay, the web address you need, and for accessing your web app you need a web browser, and stored a remote server. All the data are stored in a remote server. What is remote server? Okay, so the system which is called server, where it can hold all the data, and we are the client that we can access to that computer. So that computer is called remote server, because it is not present here. We are accessing that computer in our computer. So that is why that computer is called remote server. So we are accessing that data in our computer by the help of the remote server in web app. Now mobile app. What is mobile app? Okay, so mobile app, that app we can run on our smartphone or mobile phone or tablet. And if we are talking about when we are using a web app in mobile phone, so many of the websites are very responsive. It can just adjust the size of the screen of mobile phone or a tablet, because as we know that a mobile phone screen is very small and a tablet screen is a little bit high and desktop screen is very high. So you can just adjust, you can create any app, we can adjust the screen size. That is called responsive web app. So responsive web app has designed to adapt to much smaller screen size and orientation of a mobile devices, so that we can easily can see mobile app. Now talking about some software: desktop app, web app, and mobile. Okay, so the softwares like photo editing software. Photo editing software having desktop app, web app, and mobile phone also. So desktop app having Photoshop, Pixlr, okay, and web app having some websites like www.pixlr.com and sumopaints.com. And talking about the mobile apps, so we having so many mobile apps like Photoshop Express having, mobile Pixel having, and much more. If you go to the Play Store, and if you are using Android phone, so you can go to the Play Store and you can see. And if you are using an Apple phone or you are using iOS, so you can go to the App Store. Okay, now Facebook is a social networking app or social networking site. It is a social networking site. Facebook is a social networking site. So as you know that desktop app, talking about a desktop app. So Facebook having any desktop. But talking about a web app is having a website. It having a website like www.facebook.com. So www.facebook.com. If you go to the browser and you just write this address, then you can access that website and you can easily access that facebook.com. Now talking about mobile apps. So mobile app having a Facebook. If you find it in the Google Play Store or Apple Store, but it also used as internet because it is a web-based app. Okay. Now games. Many of the games are available. Many of the games are available in our desktop also, and in our web also, and in our mobile phone also. Talking about a desktop app, so Solitaire is the one of the app which can use in a desktop. Now web app. Many of the online games, if you find, if you go to the www.google and you find one of the app, like you can write online games, you can find a bunch of list of online games. So you can go or visit that link and you can play the online game. Now mobile app. So if you go to the Play Store or App Store, you can find many of the apps like Candy Crush, PUBG, Free Fire, etc. More of the games you can easily find out. Now media player are the app. Media player are the app which can use to run your music, audio and video. Okay, like your Windows Media Player VLC is the app which can use for run some media player, like you can run the music, audio, video, etc. Okay, web-based app is also having some of the web-based or app is also, suppose that you are using youtube.com. So YouTube are using for what? You are accessing for music also, for watching the videos also. So here what you are doing, you are accessing the video, you are seeing the media player by the help of the web. So web-based app is also available. Now suppose Savan app is there, okay, and Ghana app is there, okay. So in that app you can just see some, we can listen music and watch videos also, okay. Now mobile app having MX Player app, VLC player, VLC player app. These are the apps you can find in the Play Store, and by the help of these apps, you can easily see, you can easily watch your videos, you can easily listen to music. Now Maps, okay, Maps is the app. Maps is the app which is having a desktop app also, like Google Map. By the help of the Google Map, you can easily find your address, where you can easily find the location where you are staying right now. Where you are staying right now, you can easily find out your location. And here comes the desktop having a web-based or web browser. You are having, suppose maps.google.com you are having. So in the web browser you have to write maps.google.com. So easily you can access your location. You can easily access your location. Now Google Maps is also the app present in the Play Store and App Store, so that easily you can easily find out your location by the help of the GPS. What is the full form of GPS? The full form of GPS is Global Positioning System. The classification of mobile app. Classification of mobile app is mean types of mobile app. So there are three types of app considered in the classification of mobile app. The first one is a native app. What is native app? You know that every mobile phone has its specification. So different mobile phone having different specification. Some of the mobile phone having high memory, some of the mobile phone having less memory. Some of the mobile phone having GPS, some of the mobile phone does not have GPS. And many of the specification having different mobile phone having different specification. So the app which is made, the app which develop keep the device specification are called native app. Okay, the app which develop, keep in mind the specification of a device. That app is called native app. Okay, and some of the app are developed in a specific operating system. Some of them developed in Android operating system, some of them developed in iOS. Okay, now web app. Web app are the apps which are used whenever the internet connection is there. If the internet connection is not there, that app will not going to run. So the app which runs only and only when the internet connectivity will be there. So that app is called web app. Now hybrid app. What is hybrid app? Hybrid app is the app which combine together when we add web app and a native app. And a native app which is used, keep in mind the specification of a device. So the device specification plus internet connectivity both together will create a hybrid app. Okay, so now use the common app. Some of the apps we are using, like suppose educational app. Okay, so educational app are the app which is used for learn. Okay, whenever you are using app for learning, so it is having fun. Nowadays, many of the apps are just teaching you all in very interesting manner. So teaching in the app, which is very helpful and it is very attractive. Okay, nowadays. Now Google Classroom and Kahoot are the web app you can use. In the mobile phone also there is an app. By the help of this you can easily learn. Okay, you can just connect your classroom. Okay, the Google Meet is also you can use for just using for online classes also. Now parents also monitor the progress of the child. If the child is taking the online classes, so parent can easily monitor that how much knowledge our children can grab and how much knowledge has not grabbed. Okay, Khan Academy, Byju's, some of the apps are used for learning purposes. Okay, now social networking. Social networking are the app which is connect with anyone across the globe. If you want to connect with all over the world, so you use the social networking sites. Some of the sites like WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, these are the apps are used for connecting whole across the world. So this is called social networking site. Now entertainment app. Entertainment, which means suppose sometimes we are working so much hard and we want to just fresh our mind. So for freshing mind we have to do the entertainment. For entertainment we can use many of the apps like Ghana app. We can for listening music, Hangama. And if you want to go for watch the movie on the theater, so you can book your ticket also. You can book your ticket from the Book My Show app. Okay, so some of the app which can entertain you. So these are called entertainment app. Now banking and financial. So if you want to open the FD, if you want to open your saving account, if you want to withdraw your account, if you want to pay some bills, if you want to transfer money from one account to another account, so these are the activity you can perform in the banking and financing. So all the banks having its own apps, like SBI having SBI Yono, SBI Buddy, and HDFC having HDFC Bank, ICICI having ICICI Bank. Okay, so many banks having their own app also available. Okay, some of the payment banks also are available, like Airtel Payment Bank, Paytm Payment Bank. Okay, so these are having some banking and finance sector. Okay, now e-commerce are the website in which you can purchase some goods. Okay, suppose you want to buy some clothes, you can easily purchase from the Amazon, from the Myntra. Okay, from the Flipkart. If you want to purchase some mobile phone, you can go and shop in these websites. Okay, now download app and install. Okay, if you want to download your app, where you will go? If you want to download your app, you will go to the Play Store or Apple Store in iOS. Okay, if you go to the Play Store, you can just easily find out the search box. There you have to write the keyword. Suppose I want to download Google Maps, so I will write Google Maps, and then I will just going to search. I will press the search button. Now after that, I will see the result of Google Maps. Now I will click on that Google Map, and after that I will click on the install button. If I click on the install button, download going to be processed, and after downloading, my app will going to be installed. Now, developing your app. If you want to develop your own app, you need to know about two things. That the two ways in which you can develop your own app. The first thing, that is, if you want to create your own app, so you have to be a knowledge of a programming language. Most of the programming language we are using, but Java is very important language for creating any one of the web app or any one of the app. So knowledge of the programming is much more important, and after that Android SDK is very important thing. What is the meaning of, what is the full form of is SDK? Okay. SDK full form is Android Software Development Kit. And now XML you have to use in the full form of XML is Extensible Markup Language. And HTML you have required, which is you can say HTML is Hypertext Markup Language, and CSS you also can use Cascade Style Sheet. Okay. Now Android Studio you also want this for using for interface. Okay, so these all things you have required. This is the one way that in which you can create your own app. But the other way, you also can create your own app don't have any knowledge of programming language. If you don't have any knowledge of programming language, still you can create your own app for using these of the websites like www.appsbar.com, www.appyet.com, www.appify.com, www.appmaker.com. So these all are the app. These are the web-based app. And in that, if you open the address in the web browser, you can find the interface in which you can create your own app. So it is very easy to understand. Now I hope you have getting all the information of this chapter. If you have any doubts, you can ask me in the online classes. Thank you for today's class.